This week's episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast is proudly brought to you by Quack Rack. Quack Rack is premium decoy and gear hauling solutions for your UTV or boat. 100% American-made front racks, roofs, roof baskets, and rear racks. You can get an inside look by checking out episode 75 of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. You can also follow Quack Rack on Facebook and Instagram, and by checking out the hashtag HaulMoreShootMore. Visit quackrack.com today. You are listening to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast, episode 100. This week on the show, we look back over 100 episodes and review some of our favorite moments of the past, and we reveal the winners of our 100th episode giveaway. All right, welcome to a special episode of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. It is episode 100. I'm Josh Palm, and we are your on-demand audio source for all things waterfowl and waterfowl hunting. You can check us out at hpoutdoors.com. Find us all across the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out our Facebook listeners group if you're on that platform. You can also find our show across all the various podcast catchers and databases out there, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the good ones. You can find our show. Joining me is my co-host, Dan Harushka. Dan, what's up?
Dude, it's a milestone. I think we got really excited about 50 and didn't have any kind of giveaway, so this is a big one and really cool. I'm excited. Yep,
no doubt. This is a big one. A lot to get to on this show, but before we do that, take a few minutes here just to thank Gunner Kennels, engineered for your dog, designed for travel, and built for your peace of mind. The G1 Kennel has set the new industry standard and put Gunner Kennels in a category all its own. Gunner Kennels was started to protect your pet, and it continues to be at the center of everything that they do. Gunner Kennels are dedicated to building the best and safest pet travel crate on the market. Man's best friend deserves man's best kennel. Check out their G1 series of kennels and accessories at gunnerkennels.com. Take a minute to thank Lucky Duck. About the only creature they can't deceive is you. Lucky Duck is more than a brand. It's a lifestyle built around the subtle art of critter deception. While you're focused on the business end of a shotgun or rifle, know that they're completely focused on what matters most, you. Whether you're in the duck blind, dove field, on a predator stand, or chasing turkeys, they are confident that their products will help you succeed. Check out their full lineup at luckyduck.com and keep up with the latest news by following with them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also want to take a minute to thank 737, original designs, select grade components, superior sound, and unparalleled service. 737 Duck and Goose Calls takes exceptional pride in producing the finest quality, best built premium calls on the market today. They're made in America, and they're offered only direct to customers through their website. Shipping in the U.S. is always free. International orders are also now accepted online. A 20-day money-back guarantee and a lifetime warranty accompany every call purchased. 737 Duck Calls lead the flock. Also want to thank Big Al Silhouette Decoys, Camp Chef, Black Rifle Coffee Company, Native Eyewear, and Eukanuba. Appreciate the companies that support this show. A lot, if not all of those companies, have been a part of our giveaway. Many more have also been in our giveaway, which we'll get through here in the episode. We've also got a couple opportunities to save you some money with some discount codes. You can find the discounts at the discount page on the HP Outdoors website. So head over there to find out how you can save 10% off with Dunn Sporting Goods, 15% off with Black Rifle Coffee Company, 10% off with White Rock Decoys, 15% off 737 Duck Calls, 15% at Alpha Dog Nutrition, and 10% at Gunner Kennels. So thank you to all of the companies that have provided discounts for the listeners of this show. Make sure you all take advantage of that if you're in the market for some gear. All right, Dan. Man, that's a mouthful. Okay. 100 episodes in. I think it's probably appropriate to kind of talk a little bit about how we feel about that. And I have to say, one of the things that I remember the most about this show when we started is we kind of, we didn't really know what we had and what we were trying to do necessarily. And there wasn't a lot of podcasts out there, at least in the waterfowl space, that kind of provided any direction or kind of set the stage for anything. So when we started talking about, guests and things like that and trying to do interviews, I remember talking with you about who we would get. And I remember you wanting to interview some sort of like regional, local, like Delta guy or something like that. And I was like, you know what, man, we should just go for it. Let's just reach out to somebody, like a name, and just to see if they're willing to do it. And I think the first name that we got that we, were kind of like, holy cow, was Kelly Powers. And that was episode 3, I think. And, when we got that interview, I was kind of like, we kind of talked about it after the fact. And it was just sort of like, hey, maybe this has got a shot to be bigger than what we think it could have been or what we thought it could have been. And I think after, looking back now at 100 episodes, I think it has probably gotten bigger than what we ever kind of imagined or anticipated.
Yeah, I think, when we first started, it was a hobby and fun and a cool thing to do. And, we had some goals set out and to help people and whatnot. And it really, after that first one, it was kind of, that set the bar pretty high. And I know that we were both, you see these guys on Facebook or whatever and just can't really imagine going up and talking to them when you haven't been in the industry or anything. So when we landed that first one and went through it, that was super cool. And I know that we were both kind of shell-shocked a little bit that we got it and how well it went. And it just went from there, man. I don't think we haven't hesitated to reach out to anyone. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey.
Yeah. And I mean, I think if you look back at the 100 episodes, we've had interviews with some of the biggest names in the industry and other people that are, more niche in the industry. And, I think there's awesome content and awesome information to come from both. So I think that kind of bears out the point in that, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but like, the song Country is Countrywide, it's kind of like duck hunting is the same way. It's, whether you do it in California, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, or Texas, or wherever, duck hunting is duck hunting, and we're all kind of cut from the same cloth in that regard. And, I think it's been cool to bring that to light and sort of meet a lot of people along the way and, build a community that we've built. And, to see that kind of culminate in an awesome giveaway like this is it's real cool. So I'm excited about all of that, and I look forward to 100 more episodes and kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, the passion is very mutual throughout the industry, and even the big name guys. I mean, they get out there and grind just like the rest of us, and it's really cool to realize that they do the same things we do, and they're a big name, but they share the passion, and it's been fun. And I know that we probably shouldn't keep this going too long, because I think half the people in a listeners group are having heart attacks and just waiting to hear their name called, and it's good. We got a wide array of winners from all over the nation, and it's cool to be able to call the names here. And I can't say thank you enough to all the companies and individuals that donated into this giveaway. And I mean, it's been absolutely epic. It's been fun watching it grow. And I don't know, it's really cool and amazing how fast 40 some days went by. I think it was 47 days when we started, and it absolutely flew by.
Yeah, it sure did. And I just want to take a minute real quick too to point out the fact that we've had a lot of different companies involved in this giveaway, and this certainly isn't an indictment on anyone that's not in the giveaway, because it's not like we've reached out to every single company in the Max catalog and asked if they wanted to be a part of it. That did not happen. But what I will say is that the companies that are involved in this giveaway, when we made the decision to start doing advertising and things on the show, like, it was important to us that we worked, with companies that shared similar values and things that we do. And I just want everyone to recognize the fact that the companies that have contributed to this giveaway and this awesome opportunity, these are people out there these are companies that are out there, supporting what we do, supporting the outdoor lifestyle, all of that kind of stuff. So, keep these companies in mind when you're out there making purchasing decisions and, considering your next decoys or your next, whatever it is. These are companies that are actively supporting efforts like ours, grassroots, small time efforts, out there on a daily basis to grow the industry and to grow the community. So just keep those folks in mind, when you're making your purchasing decisions, and, other, more opportunities like the one that we've got here going tonight, we'll, hopefully be able to do in the future. So, all right, Dan, what do you think? You think we got to kind of get into it here, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to take a minute or two to get through everyone, and I think we should probably just get in it. Okay,
so what's the deal here? We've got the winners list. How do we want to work this? Should these people reach out to what should be their instructions here on how to claim their prize?
Well, we have the emails that they entered with, so that'll be on me. I will send them an email with the company email also attached, letting them know that they're the winner. If it is an item that's going to be shipped, then I will have their address involved in that and just instructions for the company to ship said prize. If it is a hunt, then I will have that charter or that place, the person that runs it, the outfitter, and have them on a group message that we can work everything out and make sure it's good to go. So I think the only thing that we had to be careful of was shipping the case of heavy shot, and that ended up going to someone in Virginia. So we're good to go on that. So we have no restrictions here. Everything worked out really well, and I think that's about all we need. Most of the companies just wanted an email address and a home address to ship the prizes to. So, in the case of like Ted Wells and Mike Klingon for prints, and Nathan Loda of a oil painting, you're gonna have to get with them. And like I said, I will send the initial email. You will have to pick out a painting or a picture that you want from those two photographers, or a picture that you want a painting done of. And I think that's about it. I'm looking through and just making sure everything's good to go.
All right. Well, while you're doing that,
I would imagine like the Sitka jacket will make sure that you get the right size and all that. So we'll hook you up with a company that you need hooked up with, and those will probably be going out Wednesday, Thursday region, somewhere around there.
So you'll reach out to the winners, so you don't have to feel like you gotta do anything specifically. You'll get an email, here in a couple days. So let's go ahead and get into this. And I think the way we're going to work it is I'll read off the prize and you read off who the winner is. And hopefully, I describe these accurately, but if I need to be clarified on anything, feel free to chime in, Dan. So let's get into it. Without further ado, we're going to start it off with a couple hunts. And the first one is a hunt with Big Kansas Outdoors, Ben Webster out there. The description we got here is one man with the HP crew or a two man on separate dates in Kansas. So who do we got?
Yeah, that one man will be when we're out there, and that'll be end of November, beginning of December. If you want to join us, that'd be great. If not, if you have someone special you want to take, please take them. And the winner out of Alabama, Evan Latham.
Awesome.
Is our winner. And everything's straight to go. So, Evan, congrats. hope to see you, or hope you take someone very special on that hunt. That'll be a good one.
Yep. All right. Prize number 2. This is a guided hunt with Bill Finder charters. It's an option for either a 1-day 4-man 2018 hunt or a 2-day 4-man 2019 hunt for divers or sea ducks here in Maryland.
And yeah, down there with Rex Wilson, runs a great operation. And this winner is out of Covington, Louisiana, Stephen Wozniak. And I am very sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Wozniak, Stephen Wozniak. Congrats, man. Hope
Awesome.
you make it up there.
So I can tell you right now, we're not going to be able to draw out the congratulations for every single one because we'll never get through this.
Well, I'm excited. Yeah,
well, so we're going to have to plow through this and off. I'm going to ask everyone to hold their applause till the end, so we can work through this. All right, number 3, I guess. Next is the guided hunt with Salt Plains Ranch. This is a 2-man plus the HP crew for a 2-day duck hunt in Oklahoma in the 2019-2020 season, December 8th through January 20th are the date options for that hunt. So who do we got, Dan?
That's the second split, and out of Fenton, Missouri, Matthew Legenhorst.
Cool, Matthew.
I hold my applause.
Well, I mean, it could be like a slight applause.
Like a golf clap?
Yeah, like a, hey man, cool, like congrats, Matthew. All right. Moving on. The next is yet another hunt. So this is the 4th hunt we're giving away here. This is with Red Eye Outfitters. It's a 1-day 6-man crane hunt down in Texas. This one would be awesome to win. So whoever got this one is very, very fortunate. It's a cool deal here.
And this winner is Drew Huberty out of Oconto Falls, Wisconsin.
Awesome. Good.
Yes, sir.
Good deal, Drew. All right, next we've got an Old Town Discovery 133 canoe in camo.
And let me see here. Jaron Davis out of Augusta, Kansas. I know there's plenty of water in Kansas right now. Get after them teal with your new Old Town Discovery.
There you go. All right, next up is a 1-year supply of dog food from Eukanuba.
This is Tim Caves out of Neosho, Wisconsin.
Awesome. That's a sweet prize, man.
Yeah,
your supply.
That's
Very cool.
a good one.
There's another good one coming up here. A gunner kennel, a pad, and straps.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, a lot of people will say something about the price of the gunner kennels or the pad or the straps. Those straps, I mean, besides the actual kennel being just bomb proof, those straps are thick, easy to work with. They're very, very nice. And the winner there is Trent Julius out of Mulvane, Kansas.
Awesome. Congrats, Trent.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next up is a Cornerstone Gundog Academy membership.
Man, these are just awesome prizes.
Yeah, these are just dropping bombs right now.
Yeah. All right. John Wiles, Trap Hill, North Carolina. Congrats.
Awesome, John. There you go, bud. Next up, another good one. Sitka Gear Delta Wading Jacket.
This is Stacy Singleton out of Fate, Texas.
There you go, Stacy.
And that's a great jacket for Texas.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect fit right there.
Yep.
All right, next up is a Yeti Hopper 230 in field tan.
All right. And this is our one and only entry, one and only person with one entry that won. And this is Ricky Wingerter out of Quincy, Illinois.
Awesome, Ricky. You got that one outer, man. One entry, one win. There you go. All right. Next up is a 737 hat, shirt, and call.
And that will be going to La Cruces, New Mexico, to Christopher Garrison.
Awesome. Congrats, Christopher. All right. Next up is a Lucky Duck HDI spinner. Hopefully you live in a state where you can use motorized decoys.
Going to Raleigh, North Carolina, William Dixon.
There you go, William. Congrats, man. Next up is a 20 by 30 print of your choice, courtesy of our good buddy, Ted Wells.
Ted Wells, and this is going to Milliken, Colorado, to the wife of Tyler Roach, who I talk to quite often. His wife, Tara Roach, will be able to choose what she wants to put on their wall out there in Colorado. So congrats. I know they're both into photography, and that'll be a cool addition to their home.
Yep, very cool. Awesome. Okay, what's next here? Courtesy of the Ducks Unlimited chapter out there in Kansas, a 2018 duck stamp print.
And this is a cool prize, too. It's going to Avon, Ohio, to John Schwartz.
John Schwartz. There you go, bub. All right, next on the table, we've got Camp Chef Rainier Campers Combo.
And this is awesome for a duck blind. Going to Wake Forest, North Carolina, Charles Hall. Congrats on that one, man.
Nice, Charles. Yeah, that's what's that, second win out of North Carolina, I think. I remember you saying.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. All right, next up, we've got a box of Canada wind socks, courtesy of White Rock Decoys.
That is going to Hardwick, New Jersey, Alex Dorino. Congrats on that one, man.
Up there in Jersey. All right. I like that little Northeast representation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This next prize is awesome. We've both got a pair of these glasses. Can't say enough. Really enjoy them. The Field Tan Sight Casters, courtesy of Native Eyewear.
That's going to David Davidson, going out to Tacoma, Washington.
Tacoma, Washington. There you go.
We're just going coast to coast here, man.
Yeah,
this is great.
It's prestige worldwide here. All right. Next up, another one of our favorites from Lifetime Decoys, Jerk Rig and Texas Rigs of choice.
And this name is going to get me, but it's going to Oakdale, Pennsylvania, Jack Antozeski, Antoszeski. Congrats. I love those.
There you go, Jack. Good prize there. Okay, next up, courtesy of Dunn Sporting Goods, a Yeti bucket with accessories.
And this is going to Navarre, Florida, Sean Hendershot.
Awesome, Sean. Enjoy that Yeti bucket down there in Florida. Another prize here, courtesy of Dunn's Sporting Goods, $100 gift card.
This is going to Naples, Florida, and this is John Miller, who is the husband and referred to by his wife, Fallon Miller.
There you go.
I have been pronouncing her name wrong. Fallon, yep. I got it right. Thank you for the correction.
Yep, crushed that pronunciation.
And congrats on the gift card.
Yep, there you go, guys. Enjoy that. All right, next up, membership to the Bad Grammar Academy.
There you go. Craig Dort, Rogersville, Missouri.
There you go, Craig. You're going to be speaking the sweet language here in no time. All right, next up is Adrenaline, a Mallard finisher with carabiner.
Another one out to Colorado, this time to Pueblo, Bradley Gillespie.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how do you want to do this for the next three? You want me to read them all? You want to just read all those three winners together? These are going to be for premium single state memberships courtesy of Onyx Maps.
All right. The first one is going to Lacey Davey in Carlin, Nevada. The second one is going to East Haven, Connecticut. Mike DiVincenzo. And the third one, Felipe Aguiar, St. Louis, Missouri.
There you go, guys. Congratulations. I love Onyx Maps, man. I'm using it tonight when I was deer hunting. Use it a ton. So you guys will get a ton of use out of that. All right. Next up on the block is a Southern Oak Kennels t-shirt.
All right. That's going to Jesse Craddock in Belleville, Michigan. Congrats.
There you go, Jesse. Next up is courtesy of Quack Rack. We've got hats and koozie combinations.
And what do we got here? We got five combos, so I'll read those off. The first one heading to Michigan again, Kentwood, Michigan, Corey Highway. Second one going to Kenneth Ryan in Brunswick, Ohio. The third one is going to Matthew McCarley in Montgomery, Texas. The fourth one, Josh Lutcher in Amelia, Virginia. And the fifth one is going to Megan Wendlet in Waupun, Wisconsin.
There you go.
You got a big one coming up right here.
Yeah, this one's another big one. Courtesy of Ben again, Prairie Limits Outfitters. This is a Saskatchewan hunt in 2019. 1 man, 3 day, 5 hunts, fully guided. This is, am I reading this right, Dan? Lodging, meals, and shells included?
You are reading that right.
Daggone, man. What a deal.
Yep, so just getting up there and appropriate tips. And another one in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is going to Ethan Rogers.
Wow.
Ethan, I hope you can make it. That'll be a heck of a trip. I tell you what, I know they put 170 some birds down the other day, but in the first 10 days, I think they were over 1,100 birds on the ground. So averaging over 100 birds a day, definitely something that you do not want to miss. That's a hunt of a lifetime and all paid for, man. Get on it.
I can tell you right now with 100% certainty that the HP crew will be making a stop in Prairie Limits Outfitters next year.
We might have to go on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do, ideally. But regardless, we're going to be there. Or I should say, I'm going to be there. I don't know what your story is, but anyway.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep, there we go.
What number are we on here?
We are on, I don't know, 33, I think. Mike Klingen, the outdoor imagery, 16 by 20 metal print of your choice.
Kellum Fetched, Fenton, Missouri. Congrats. There's a lot of options to pick from Mike. So another great photographer.
Awesome. There you go. Next up is from Lacrosse Footwear. Man, this is such a sweet deal. Aero Elite Waders, T-shirt, Optifade ball cap, and Alpha can cooler. Someone fixing to get themselves some nice waders right here.
Going to Centerville, Maryland, Carl Brimmer. Congrats.
Oh, Carl. Nice win there, man. Congrats. Also, next up from Lacrosse, Alpha Burley Pros, T-shirts, again, Optifade ball cap, and Alpha can cooler.
And this is going out to Colorado, and those boots can be used. Those are, 1,600 gram, nice warm boots. If you're hunting late season in Colorado, I know it gets super chilly out there. Longmont, Colorado, Patrick Kramer. Order up, my friend. Awesome.
There you go. Okay, next up, courtesy of Gundog Outdoors, is the Gundog Outdoors Quick Release Safety System.
This is going to Tyson Stedman in Blanchardville, Wisconsin.
Awesome, Tyson. Congratulations, man. Next up is a case of heavy steel, courtesy of our friends over at Heavy Shot.
And like I was saying, this one's going to Virginia, more specifically Meadows of Dan, Virginia, and that is going to Summer Holland.
Congratulations, Summer. Next up is from, Alpha Dog Nutrition, Vitality, Free Range, Resurgence, Alpha Dog Nutrition hat.
Going to Bel Air, Texas, Caitlin Plichta, Plichta. I apologize if I said that wrong.
Yep, sorry about that, but you got yourself some Alpha Dog Nutrition, so enjoy. Next up on the block is Momarsh Invisilab in Optifade. I know there's a ton of people out there hoping to hear their name called right now.
And this one's staying local to Pennsylvania, going to Irwin, and that is to Ed Soboslay.
Struggling with those PA names, man.
Hey, man, they're tough.
Well, there you go, Ed. Congrats, man. That's an awesome prize right there.
Yep.
Next up is a box of foam-filled Magnum mallards from Higdon Outdoors.
Ray Ingalls of New Plymouth, Idaho.
There you go, Ray. Enjoy those, bub. Next up is your choice of an acrylic duck or goose call or 2 diehard calls courtesy of CNS Custom Calls.
And that's a great prize, too. That's going to Amanda Malvin of Olivia, Minnesota.
Minnesota. There you go. All right, next up, man, we're getting through this here pretty quick. Man, what a great prize! 6 month supply of Ignite and a 6 month supply of Slumber from our friends over at Mountain Ops.
John Todd of Falls Church, Virginia. If you're not working out yet, you should start using the Mountain Ops. Good
Falls
stuff.
Church, nice and local to me. There you go. Okay, we got next up is a 11x14 commission oil painting courtesy of Nathan Loda.
Man, he does great work.
Yeah, he does.
Another one in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Reed Webster. Congrats, man. And that one, a dog or a hunting scene, pretty much anything you want, he'll put that on a mat, man. That's a great prize.
Yeah, just head over and check out his Instagram. Give you an idea what he can do. Very cool stuff. Okay, next up is a 14 pack. What is it? What is this?
One 14 pack and one sleeper 12 pack from Big Al's.
Gotcha. Yeah, Big Al Silhouette Decoys.
And that is going to Jeremy Tilley of Berrien Springs, Michigan.
There you go, Jeremy. Congrats, man. And last but certainly not least is a Naughty by Nature Goose Call, courtesy of Zinc Calls.
And I think I need to... You need to read that one.
I can't.
Hang on.
Last name Merkel?
All right. That's going to Alistair Merkel in Clarksville, Tennessee.
All right. There you go. So as we mentioned before we got started, we will reach out to you to get you get your information passed along to where it needs to go. And that's that. But again, we want to just thank everybody for taking the time to, sign up, to share, to promote the show, get people involved. And thank you to all of the companies that have supported this effort and contributed such amazing prizes and things for everyone to win. It's, I think the timing of this is cool because it's, the start of waterfowl season across the country. You're seeing guys out there getting on teal and early season, Canada geese, and you're seeing guys up in Canada banging on them real good, and seeing some guys getting on woodies here in the States on a few places. So just a great time to give away a bunch of great stuff. And hopefully it's a good, start to the season for a lot of you folks out there who just won some amazing prizes.
Yeah, man. And you know what? If it's okay with you, Josh, I'd like to put some kind of HP package together for Michael Shaver, who ended with 375 entries. The guy did not miss a day. He got every single entry that you could get. The only one with 100% participation, if you will. And I think we should send him a hat and something else. So if that's cool with you, I think we should, he can reach out and we'll hook him up too.
Well, I mean, you're kind of putting me on the spot here, so I guess, but no, I'm completely kidding. No, that's awesome, man. Like I kept watching it, and he was the one that did it all the way in. So, that's just the luck of the draw, unfortunately. But it wasn't for lack of effort, man. So we'll get you something at least, and we appreciate you for going after it quite like you did.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So this has been so stressful, and I know that everyone waiting to hear it is stressed too, but now it's out there, and it's a relief on my end, even though there's a lot of work to, a lot of emails to be sent, but man, that was just a lot to put together over here on our end, and just cannot thank everyone enough for one, the donations, and two, participating. It's been fun. It's been really fun.
Yeah. And we actually got to get a few little jabs in there in the listeners group on Facebook here in the last couple days with the contest winding down. We take the brunt of most of the jokes in there, and by we, I mean you for the most part.
That's true.
But, we got to have a little fun with the the crew in there too. So if you're not in the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast listeners group on Facebook, head over there and check it out. You'll find a lot of good quality people over there, listeners of this show, like-minded waterfowlers that like to cut up, have a good time, talk hunting, talk life, whatever. And we spend a lot of time in there chatting it up with them, and a lot of people in there very anxious to hear this episode when it releases. And I think we got a couple winners that I recognize their names from the group, so a few in there will be happy. Yeah,
without a doubt. There's a few. I can't say that I know anyone that won the $1,000 plus prizes. Not right off the top of my head, so not that it matters. But we did the drawing through Viral Sweep. Everything laid as it may, and congrats. So it's awesome. This is so cool on our end to be able to do this.
Yep, very, very good stuff, and just a way for us to celebrate 100 episodes. And as we're doing this, I'm kind of thinking, do you got like a highlight of the 100 episodes where you look back and it's kind of like your favorite moment or favorite, kind of thing that we've done?
I don't know, man. It just seems like every interview, there's always something to learn, or, every episode that we talk about something and you might bring something up and it's just a refresher or a reminder. Like it's something that before we started the podcast, even though I was, we were both into hunting a lot, just some of it, like over the summertime, would get lost. And now that we're like totally immersed in it, just everything stays so fresh. And I think that's probably one of the coolest things. It stays fresh, and you learn little tips and little tricks here every time that when you make it out in the field, your success rate goes up. So, we released that episode not too long ago. Does podcasting make you a better hunter? And looking back over 100 episodes, and I really don't know how many of those were interviews. There's a good bunch of them, but just expanding the knowledge and talking to people from all over the country and world, and seeing how they do things compared to how we do it, and just realizing that there's so much more out there, and there's so much more out there to learn about this great sport that we pursue. And it's just, I can't say enough about it.
Yeah, I think I echo everything that you're saying there. And, I look back over these episodes and I think about how, there was a period of time when your kids were born and things that we were just so strapped for time that, monthly releases were kind of the best we could do if we got there. And to kind of come all the way back from that to what we've got now is exciting. And, I think back to some of the interviews that we've done, and just some of the things that crack me up when I listen to them. I think one of my favorite moments is the guttural groan that you let out when we had Pit Boss Waterfowl on here talking about.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
A shark like attacking a dog or something like that in the Chesapeake.
Well, the shark swam between his dog and his boat.
Right.
And I just didn't know how to react, and it was just kind of along that tone. But I was going to mention that. I didn't want to get too specific because there's so many times, and I think that's probably what sticks out in my mind is what you make fun of me for just in our daily conversations. But yeah, that's one that definitely a highlight of you not letting go.
I have a different perspective on the show from the editing aspect, because I listen to, if not all, most of it in very excruciating detail during that process. So every lip smack, every cricket, every guttural groan, every whatever, I get to listen to it very closely. So that fuels a lot of my my pick nits when I'm making, when I'm giving you a hard time. But that's one that always sticks out, and I do remember, just those very first episodes, how nervous we were. Did we do like a practice episode at one point? I can't remember.
We did.
And I remember being like so nervous to record that and, not knowing what the heck we were doing. So that's kind of cool.
I think the worst part was like hearing you in the headphones and just, I don't know, it's different than holding a phone, and I wasn't used to it. It's before a lot of the earbuds came out, so it was just a little awkward. And then, when we did all the duck highlights and kind of went through it, like getting through that learning curve with the music playing in the background and reading about the birds, it was just tough. But we made it through.
Yeah, and
it's all good.
You coming to grips with the sound of your own voice?
Yeah, I'm still not there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
But you know what? I mean, and I don't want to toot our own horn or anything like that, but one of our main goals when we started it was bridging the gap between new and veteran hunters. And the amount of emails and messages that we get, and even people talking in the listeners group, to be able to expedite their journey and save them from the mistakes that we made and the mistakes that all of these big name hunters have made, and just get out there and know that they shouldn't be doing something. I mean, that's made it for us. That's what we wanted to do. And I really think that we've done a great job of that over the first 100 episodes, and want to continue doing that. And just the camaraderie that we've built in the group, and seeing, everyone getting these get-togethers together and talking about hunts that they're going on with people that they've met through the group. I mean, what can be better than that?
Yep. It's been it's really cool to see the camaraderie and the groups coming together through this medium. And, backing up to when we were starting out and how nervous we were. And I remember, I don't know if it was you told me or someone told you and you told me, I can't remember how this came up, but it was just like, someone was just like, you're going to, when you put yourself out there, it's like a real vulnerable thing. And, you're going to have times when people aren't going to like what you're doing or whatever. But, had we been too nervous to start this and actually do it, we would have not been able to enjoy all of the things we have over these 100 episodes. 'Cause I remember the first time that I brought the idea to you, you were kind of like, what?
I was not on board. I was not on board at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's just cool to think about, truly what can happen when you put yourself out there and you just, go after it. So,
and that's a valuable lesson that we've learned through podcasting too. Some of the people that they find a passion and they drop everything and go for it. And I think that's been some of the most inspirational, whether it's Ted Wells or Quack Rack or Addison over at Gunner. I mean, these guys that just did what they wanted to do, and no matter what kind of mountain they had to climb, they're doing it. And that's, you listen to some of those and you're just like, man, I want to go out and conquer the world. Like those inspirational people, man. It's been a great show.
Yep. No doubt. Very cool. Well, again, congratulations to all of the winners. I'm excited for y'all. A lot of great prizes, and look forward to hopefully sharing the blind with a couple of y'all. And even if you didn't win a contest and you want to share a blind with us, hit us up. We'll make it happen. We want to meet people that are engaged with the show, and over the next couple of years, we're going to spend a lot more time kind of out and about, and getting out and seeing these different parts of the country and experiencing different things. And would love to have listeners of the show tag along and hunt with us and teach us and share ideas and all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to that and capturing it all on the podcast and continuing to build. And we've got some new things in the pipeline that we're working on, and some things that we're going to be doing. So definitely looking forward to that. And What else?
I'm over here laughing just because people were excited for what's coming after the 100th episode, and I said, well, just to jag him a little bit because, like you said, I'm the brunt of majority of jokes in our group, and just saying, when we started out, all we wanted to do were 100 episodes. So I think this is probably the end of it, and some people were having many heart attacks about that, and some people are just straight calling me out because they know it's not the truth. So we have a lot in the pipeline. We have a lot of great interviews lined up, and hunts from the blind. Already did a few, and just good stuff. But today, I'll tell you what. Today, we had the waterfowl weekend here in town. It's the third weekend of September. Our Delta chapter set up, and we did mock goose and duck hunts for kids, and it was more fun than I ever could have imagined. I mean, there's kids coming in. We were giving out duck calls, teaching them how to blow it the right way. And, I'm out there with a flag out and the decoys set up, and we had a dog retrieving a dummy after they shot their little pop guns. And I mean, it was just a really good time. And I did interview our chairman during it, which there's some loud music playing in the background, so we'll see how that edit works out. But so many, and we are country. Like, we're not a big city by any means. And people walking through and looking at other vendors, and then they see us and just kind of shake their head, not in a anti-hunting way, but just, I can't see like why you guys would do that or set up. And we would just pull their kids in, and then before you know it, they're taking pictures of their kids with their pop guns and stand up, let me get a picture, let me get a video of you doing that, and the kids were smiling and laughing and let me do it again. So I mean, it was hot today. Upper 80s and just humid. We're sweating. The whole crew that was there from Delta was sweating and really putting on a good show, and had so many kids coming up and, can I do it again? And they'd walk around the entire place and then come running back. Can I do it again before I leave? And it was just a really good time. And, if 10 or 20% of those kids that came through today end up hunting, like, that's a win in our book. And it was a really good time. I was laughing and smiling and just had a lot of fun with it. So,
yeah, those events, man, like everyone that I've ever worked is, particularly ones that are surrounded around the youth days and things like that. They're always way more fun than what you ever would anticipate. It's just it's always just a good time. And I'm glad you got to do that, and I'm glad to see that the show up there your way is back on the right track, and got a lot of steam kind of building it up to what it used to be.
Yeah, and I know there are some people there taking videos, and I'm sure those will get posted up because I'm, running through the decoys with a flag, pretending to be a goose or a duck, and it was a lot of fun, just a lot of fun. And actually, Pete Shandrick, who is in our listeners group, he drove up from. He actually got evacuated out of North Carolina. He was working, and then he lives in southern PA and drove up to meet me, and we sat and chatted for 45 minutes or an hour, and I'm running doing the decoy thing and talking to him, so it was cool to meet up with another HP guy that is very active in the group, and just another friendship. So I know that we'll be hunting together here this year. Just
No doubt.
Just good stuff all around, man.
Yep. I did want to just take a minute, and because of how we did our recording with Ricky last episode, and how we had to wait late in the week this week for the winners of this episode, the drawing and everything to be pulled, we've had quite a bit of time away from the microphone, and I wanted to just real quick here touch on something that's happened between our last release and this one, and it's a little bit of a somber note here, kind of on an episode of Celebration, but the passing of Jason Harrison over the last week ago, I guess now, it was just really, really sad news, and 47 years old, gone way too soon, but you talk about a guy, who follows dreams, he played in the NFL, founder, in Sitka and Kuyu and just all of the things that he was involved with. It really is a shame, what happened there. And, I just one of those things where, gone too soon, and someone who's been very influential in the outdoor industry and pushing limits and innovating product and things of that nature. I don't think his impact can really be understated in that regard. So, really sad to see. And, I think it's just important to just say sort of in general here that if when you meet people, you never know what someone's carrying, right? You never know what's going on with a person. So when you take the time to meet somebody, at a DU banquet or a Delta event or something like that, you don't know what that person's carrying, right? So the time that you can spend with them, and if, being a good person and being a friend to somebody is important. So the connections that you make through waterfowl hunting and through the outdoors can mean a lot to people. And, I always cherish those and value those interactions, and the people that I meet along the way through outdoors, is particularly special to me, because of that shared interest. But, I was really saddened to hear the news of that. And, just wanted to mention that here on the show, and just kind of say the fact that, hey, we meet a lot of people through the show, and we form relationships through social media and stuff like that. And, I think I probably speak for both of us here in that, if somebody out there that's listening to this show is going through a tough time and needs somebody to talk to, that, free of judgment, just needs someone to listen or whatever, feel free to reach out. And if it's not to us, reach out to somebody, and, look for, ask for the help, and, try to work through it the best you can. Because, seeing situations like this is really, really unfortunate. And I don't really know what else to say about it other than that. But I wanted to just mention that, this week.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Not just what he went through and how sad of the passing of him. Like, just unreal. When I heard that, I didn't want to believe it, just because of what he has done for the industry. But like you said, if you're listening to this, you obviously know about our social media accounts. We both check it constantly, and we're an open door. If you need, like you said, if you need someone to talk to, shoot us a message. I'll directly send my cell phone number. You can call me, talk to me, whatever you need to do. And if that's not enough, then we'll help you get in touch with the right people to help you out, because it's sad. And we have some interviews coming up with veteran organizations and that are very waterfowl oriented, and I'm looking forward to that. But I also know that there's going to be a lot of this kind of talk on that as well, because that's a huge issue that needs to be brought to light and needs to be spoken about, and people shouldn't be ashamed of it. If you went through something, or if you're going through something, there's people that are willing to help. And going back to our listeners group again, there's so many good people in there, not just qualified people, but just loving people that would be willing to help you. So, you're not alone, and we're here to help. And that is it's a serious thing. So
yeah. It's a tough issue to discuss, but it's one that you can't just try to push down and hide, right? So, I think that, again, it just all comes down to the fact that you never know what someone's carrying. So, being present with people, being a good person that, they can listen to, talk to, reach out to, you just never know what that person's going through. So, I don't want to belabor the point here with this, other than just to say that, if we can be that outlet for you where you need that outlet, just know that we're here, and we'll help in any way that we can. All right, Dan. So we've made it through 100 episodes, and the only thing I'll say left about about this before we shift gears and wrap up probably. We told each other when we started this is pre even the podcast, we told each other that we made a deal, and the deal was that no matter what, we would be brutally honest with each other about how we feel, and no passive aggressiveness, no judgment, no hard feelings. Just, when we're talking about all things HP, if I don't like something, I tell you. If you don't like something, you tell me. And we've made it through 100 episodes without wanting to kill each other. So I feel pretty good about that.
It is. And, it's been good, man. It's been really good. So it's definitely brought us closer together, and it's been helpful, on my end, just being able to stay in contact with you. It's awesome talking to you weekly, if not more. And it is, there's been a few things that you brought up that needed change, and vice versa. And, there's a lot of people that, all the gurus, the business gurus say, don't go into business with your friends or your family. And I'd probably say 95% of the time they're correct. And I think it's probably because they're not honest with each other,
no doubt.
and we put it out there, and it seems to be going well. So,
yep.
Congrats, man. Congrats on 100.
Likewise, man.
It's been a lot of work. It's been a ton of fun, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
No doubt. All right. You got one last thing you want to add here before we wrap up?
Just a lip smack and a little guttural groan for you.
Love it.
No crickets tonight, and it's hot. I walked in. I was like, just waiting to hear it, and I don't know, man. This is just great. 100 episodes, talking to you. 45 winners. A lot of happy people come Monday or come today when you're listening to it, and no, I have a big smile on my face, and ready to keep grinding. Got a lot of stuff in the works, and
I will say there was a lot less giggling tonight than what I had anticipated.
Well, you kind of shut it down after like the first 4. I was getting really amped up, and then you wanted to run through it, which was a good thing, or else this would have been a couple hours long probably. So
appreciate the honesty there, man.
Yeah, hey, that's what we do. That's what we do. It's what we do. We're in the trust tree.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this week up. But before we do, just want to take a minute to thank Quack Rack, Gunner Kennels, Lucky Duck Decoys, 737 Duck and Goose Calls, Big Al Silhouette Decoys, Camp Chef, Black Rifle Coffee Company, Native Eyewear, Yukonuba, all of the companies that supported this giveaway. Thank you to everyone that listens to the show and that's participated in the giveaway, signing up, getting those referrals. Awesome stuff. We definitely appreciate it, and we look forward to 100 more episodes. All right, that does it for episode 100 of the HP Outdoors Waterfowl Podcast. It's been a great ride. We appreciate everyone's support, and we look forward to the next 100. If you haven't heard the first 99, head over to iTunes. Check them all out there. Check over at hpoutdoors.com. You can find them there as well. If you head over to iTunes, make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and review to help other hunters just like you find our show. That's going to do it for this week. So until next time, for Dan, I'm Josh. Take care.